Hello, viewers. I want to play a game. In this game, we'll be hooked up to the death trap. And oh wait, what's going on with the camera? Wait. Dang it! I was trying to scare people, Stewie. Alright. Anyways, hey there, everybody. It's Liam here, and today I'm gonna do a video that I've been planning for a long time. I'm gonna be calling scary numbers. Yeah, it's Halloween's coming up, so when you have lemons, make lemonade. Now, I should get this out of the way. I've actually been afraid of telephones since I was a little kid. I mean, I'm not really afraid now, but they're still creepy when they talk, and because you never know who's on the other end. It could be a serial killer, it could be a monster, it could be a demon or alien, or it's hard to explain. But anyways, we're gonna call some creepy numbers. Yeah, some numbers that allegedly have something scary waiting behind them for whoever calls. Now, I should also make one thing clear. I will not be dialing 1-666-666-6666. I won't be dialing Sadako's number, or 9999999-00000, or 8888888. Those numbers you won't see in this video because those are numbers that, well, they're not real. I've seen people call them, nothing's happened, so we're going to leave those numbers alone. We're going to actually call some numbers that people actually can call. So our first phone number that we're going to dial is a hotline for an old TV show called Unsolved Mysteries. All you parents out there who grew up in the 80s watching, you probably remember this show. You know, that show with Robert Stack. Someday the answer will be revealed. Yeah. Now, that show has been off the air since 2010, and even before then it's been canceled and brought back several other times. And there have been, well, people calling the hotline, and the purpose of the hotline, as you would expect, is to, well, give hints that might answer a mystery. I think it's pretty straightforward. Now, the number has since then been disconnected, since the show has been off the air, naturally, but there's still something scary behind it. So let's call it and find out. So that number is 1-800-876-5353.
Service on this number has been suspended. Your call is now being disconnected.
I'm sorry, there's been a temporary problem processing your request.
What is this? Well, I didn't think that Panthers were given access to a phone, let alone know how to use them. So yeah, obviously that number has been disconnected. I have no idea what that was, that growling thing. That was creepy. Like, either cats are taking over the world, or they set that up because they thought kids were going to call it, and therefore they wanted to scare kids out of it. So anyway, this next number I'm going to call is set up by a band. Yeah, I'm sure you music lovers out there are familiar with 9 Inch Nails, the industrial metal group known for the song Closer. Anyways, in 2007 they released the album Year Zero, which is, by the way, it's a really good album. I'm not even a 9 Inch Nails fan, but it's a really good album. Check it out. So anyway, it's a concept album taking place in the year 2022, in which, well, it's hard to explain, it really is, but the marketing for this album was insane. There was an alternate reality game, there was a that's really all there is to it. But yeah, there was also not one, but 3 hotlines set up for this album. One of them I'm not going to call because I heard it was disconnected, so I figured there's no point in calling it if I already know what's going to happen. And it was actually printed on the back of the album.
This is a message from the United States Bureau of Morality, pursuant to Statute 2412-2, Disclosure of Surveillance.
It was an 800 number. I'm not going to call it because, again, I don't think it's worth calling if it was disconnected. The other one is a number that was found on a USB drive. So I know you guys hate talking. I know you're just like, Liam, get to the call already. Well, let me just explain something really quick. So in Barcelona, Spain, at a 9 Inch Nails concert, somebody found a USB drive, kind of like this one right here, and it had some sort of Morse code thingy on it, and I guess when translated, came out to this number. And that number was 1216-333-1810. Now, when you call this number, you get, well, I'm gonna call the number and see if it still works. I'm gonna show what would have happened if you did call the number, if it doesn't work. I heard it's still active as of 2011. It says here on their wiki. Anyways, without further ado, let's dial.
We're sorry. The number you are trying to reach is no longer in service.
Okay, so that number doesn't work anymore. Who knew? The wiki outright lied to me. So anyway, basically what would have happened if you called number, I've heard the recordings online. Basically you hear a US wiretap of somebody being, well, in a dangerous situation. It's really haunting, and some people heard it and didn't know if it was fake. Some people actually thought it was real, but some people still debated that it was set up by the band deliberately just so they can promote their album. And I think that's exactly what happened. I've read that that was set up deliberately by the band. Here's basically a clip of what would have happened if you called the number.
U.S. wiretap. Case identifier 71839J. File accessed. Begin playback.
Robbie! Robbie! Robbie, are you there? Oh my God, I'm at the club and
Mia, what the hell?
I'm gonna die!
Mia!
Oh my God, we're gonna die!
Mia, what's going on?
They killed Joyce. I locked myself in the stock room, but now I can't get out and everybody's got it.
Alright, yeah, I know. Creepy. That's just some of what you hear. I'm not going to play the whole thing. But yeah, that is really scary. It scared me the first time I heard it. And that's saying something for somebody who doesn't normally get scared when watching horror movies. So anyway, the other number, the third number, like I said, I'm not calling the one of the three numbers because I already know it doesn't work. So anyway, this other number, I have no idea what happens when you call it. It was 1-310-295-1040. Now, unfortunately, nobody seems to record themselves calling this number. So, who knows? It might still work, it might not. But, I'm going to find that out.
We're sorry. The number you are trying to reach is no longer in service.
Of course. Inch Nails, if you're listening, you need to get these numbers back in business. Because, let me be honest with you, I didn't even know that this existed, this album, until recently, while I was searching across the web for scary numbers to call. So these next two numbers I'm going to call most likely will work. I'm just being too optimistic. But yeah, I'm sure some of you who are familiar with the scary numbers out there are familiar with Boothworld Industries. And I'm sure for those of you who are familiar with Creepypasta know Boothworld Industries. Basically, without talking too much, it's a story about a guy who moves into a cabin. He calls a number for remodeling, which is the number I'm about to call, and they basically, by remodeling they mean kill, and they end up killing his ex-girlfriend, and he hears it all. It's, just go read the story for yourself. I'll link to it in the description. Check it out for yourself. It's a pretty interesting story. So, and to make the story even more immersive, the author, Christopher Bloodworth, whose last name, by the way, is an anagram for Boothworld, set up a real-life hotline for this fictional industries. If Scare Theater actually does a really good video about it, check it out. So anyway, we're going to call this number 630-296-7536. Please work.
You have reached Boothworld Industries.
Holy crap, it works.
Your number has been logged and traced. A service representative will be with you shortly for remodeling. We at Boothworld Industries say thanks. You have a marvelous day.
Yo, I'd like to make an appointment with Boothworld Industries. Hit me when you get this, if you can. Bye. So yeah, I left the message because apparently, if you're lucky, you might actually get a call back from Boothworld Industries. Or a text. Or anything, really. It's not very common, but I've seen some people get a call. Most notably, Britty444, who I'll also link to in the description, called this number and got a text back. And that text was this next number I'm going to call. This number is often referred to as the creepy number, or the mysterious number. And it's really, well, for a long time people didn't know where it came from. Although, since it was texted to by Christopher Bloodworth, the author of Boothworld Industries, I think it's safe to assume that this is part of the same lore. Actually, I just realized something. The area code for this number I'm about to call is based in Utah, but the one I just called is based in Illinois. Why just set them in two different states, Christopher? Anyways, without further ado, let's call the creepy number. It's 801-820-0263. Oh my god, it's working. Okay, so that number works too. That is freaking creepy. Yeah, apparently nobody knows what specifically that number is supposed to mean or what that creepy voice was supposed to be or that weird scream thingy at the end. But it's possible, and it's been suggested by a lot of people, that it might actually be the person that you wanted remodeled being killed. So, yeah, I think that's what it is. Anyway, so this next number I'm going to call is a hotline that was set up for a movie. Yeah. You remember that unnecessary remake of Stephen King's Carrie that came out in 2013? You know, with Chloe Grace Moretz? I didn't see it. I still haven't watched the original Carrie. Excuse me. I basically heard that at the end of the trailer for Carrie, there's a number that pops up, and that number is 1-207-404-2604. Toll-free Carrie charges may apply. WhatHappenedToCarrie.com. Now, again, I haven't seen Carrie, so I don't know exactly what to expect. But I've heard that if you dial this number, you're supposed to get two other calls back from it. They're just supposed to be terrifying. This number appears on a lot of scary numbers list, and I'm already getting goosebumps, because, I mean, I think I heard from somebody that doesn't work anymore, but assuming it does, yeah, I wasn't planning on having anybody call back. So yeah, let's do this. 1-207-404-2604. Here goes nothing.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again. 1193.
Alright, so that doesn't work anymore. And in case you're wondering, yes, I did dial it correctly. Because I know it said that it couldn't be completed as dialed, but I did type it number for number. But I guess it just doesn't work anymore because the movie is a few years old, so I guess that's bound to happen. So anyway, this next one that I found is a one that I didn't even know about when it happened. This was the movie. Remember that movie Ouija Origin of Evil? Yeah, that prequel to Ouija, that really crappy horror film that Michael Bay was involved with. And now this time I actually did see it. I saw Ouija Origin of Evil, and I also saw the first Ouija. And the first Ouija, yeah, it sucks. The other one isn't that bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's kind of eh. And I didn't even know about this until recently. But there is a number set up to promote the movie. I'm pretty sure, especially since the last one didn't work, I think we can safely assume this next one won't work. Let's find out anyway, because it's only a year old. So anyway, the number is 1-844-666. See what they did there? 1021. Okay, busy signal. You know, let's just get back to that one, because I've had that happen before with other numbers, and sometimes if I call them back, it'll work. You know. So actually, let's try calling one more time. And then if it does the same thing again, we'll go back to it. It doesn't work. Yeah, I think I might just get back to that one. So this next one that I'm about to call was actually called by Shane Dawson in a video called Don't Call These Numbers, in which he and his friends got together for a sleepover, I guess, and they rented a phone, and they called some creepy numbers that they could find. Now this one I'm about to call, they actually didn't know who set it up or why, but I was able to find out this was also set up by a band. And that band, you probably didn't know who they are, is called Lord Huron. They're an indie rock group, and by the way, they're really good. Listen to them. They set up a hotline in the music video for the song Fool for Love, which says, lost, dial the number. And the number is 1-800-774-1372. So let's find out what happened. I'll be surprised if this one doesn't work. It worked for Shane.
You have reached a number that has been disconnected.
Oh.
No longer in service.
Okay, so I guess I spoke too soon. Funny, it worked when Shane Dawson called it, and that was a video of this year. It was like a month or two ago, and it worked. I guess I'll never know what happens. But anyway, that happens. So anyway, that didn't work. I'm going to call another number that Shane Dawson calls, and that is for, yeah, take a look at this, the Hogwarts School of Wizardry. Yay! I didn't even think Hogwarts had phones, considering the way it works, but... Alright, let's find out what happens if you call Hogwarts. So, it's number 605-475-6961.
Thank you for calling the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Hogwarts is an exceptional boarding school for aspiring witches and wizards aged 11 to 18. Please listen carefully to the following menu options before making your selection. For campus information, please press 1. For admission, press 2. For rules and regulations, press 3. For house campus. The campus can be reached by taking the Hogwarts Express.
I didn't even press anything.
From platform 9 of 3/4 and King's Cross Station in London. The train leaves precisely at 11 a.m. and reaches Homecoming Station some time after nightfall. For safety reasons, Hogwarts main campus.
You know, I'm hanging up. Well, that was bizarre. After one ring, I got, thank you for calling Hogwarts. I think that was Minerva McGonagall. I wonder if that was actually Maggie Smith talking. And, yeah, in case you didn't see that, it actually responded as if I pressed 1. I was actually going to press 1, but I was also kind of worried. I was hoping I wouldn't end up talking to a real person. So anyway, this next one I'm going to call is a number that is scary, but honestly I didn't see why it was scary. I've seen recordings of people calling it, and this is for an actual tourist attraction in Kentucky. Something about the Echo River or something. People think this number is really scary, but what the heck do they know? I'm going to find out. So the number is 270-301-5797. Alright, let's see if this works. I think it will. Okay, it's creepy.
Hello. You have dialed into here and there along the Echo. A guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism.
Okay, this is creepy, actually. Wait.
Of our resources, press 1. If you have an extension to dial, press 9.
Yeah, I'm hanging up. Yeah, I wonder how many people call that number, or only know of this place because of that number. I gotta go to Kentucky one of these days. Sorry. So anyway, this last number I'm going to call is another Shane Dawson called number. And this number makes absolutely no sense, assuming it still works. If it doesn't work, then go watch this video. I'll link to it in the description. And that number is 1-858-651-5050. This number might have subliminal messages in it.
In a mountain stream is my idea of a good time.
After the dance, they went straight
Oh
home.
my god, this is
The hostess taught the new maid to serve.
Adding fast leads to wrong sums. The show was a flop from the very start.
There was water in the cellar after the heavy rain. They're not listed in the new phone book.
This is exactly what happened when Shane Dawson called.
The juice of lemons makes fine punch.
Smoke poured out of every crack. Serve the hot rum to the tired hero.
Who set this up and why? Yeah, I hung up on that one too. I don't get it. Who? Why? Like, what was the point? Are there supposed to be subliminal messages in it? I have a little bit of goosebumps now because I've heard that the last person I know who called it, they felt a presence. Well, it's like Radiohead said, just because you feel it doesn't mean it's there. But maybe I'm being too optimistic. So anyway, I'm gonna call that Ouija number, see if at this time I won't get a busy signal / middle finger. See what happens. You know what? It doesn't work. I think we can safely assume it doesn't work. It doesn't freaking work. So anyway, that's gonna wrap it up. And to finish this whole thing up, I'm gonna call one last number, and one that's not even scary. It's a funny number. I don't know what the purpose of it is, but since you're brave enough to make it this far in the video, I'm gonna call it just for you. That number is 248-434-5508. just listen to what happens. Get this from any other guy. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Alright. You get the idea. So anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. If you know of any other scary numbers, like real numbers I can actually call, and not like 16666 or whatever, then leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to see them. I'd love to do a follow-up video if I can. And also, what are some other silly numbers, or numbers that are interesting to call, that I should try? So let me know of those too in the description. So anyway, sorry for wasting your time. This video's gone on too long. Happy Halloween. And in the meantime, I'll see you later.